Well, good afternoon. Happy Friday, July 1st. Mark Milam here, your mortgage professional with Highland Mortgage, coming to you with this week's interest rate summary and market update. Bit of an interesting week. You may have seen some headlines now that Q2 is in the books. We're officially halfway through 2022, and you might have seen some headlines about this being one of the worst first halves of a year in the history of the stock market. As a matter of fact, in the past 50 years, this has been one of the worst that we've seen, and it's all because of one word, and that's inflation. We've been talking about that word now every single Friday for about the past 4 months. The fact that inflation running at a 40-year high, that's obviously a huge problem, not only for the stock market, but also for the bond market. And we've seen mortgage-backed securities really take it on the chin, and interest rates have doubled since the start of the year. But we're starting to get some indications that maybe inflation is at least moderating and potentially the country is headed for a recession. Now, while no one really wants a recession, one thing that can help get inflation under control is a recession, that's for sure. And let's show you what we're talking about in terms of inflation moderating. The Fed's favorite measure of inflation is something called personal consumption expenditures. It's the PCE here. And this indication right here, PCE-MOM, means the personal consumption expenditures month over month, and it was forecast to be at 0.7%, came in at 0.6%, came in under expectations. We have not seen a lot come in under expectations, so that's welcome news. And while I certainly won't sit here and tell you that 0.6% in 1 month is a great reading, it's at least headed in the right direction. Initial jobless claims a little bit higher than what was forecast, and then you can see as recently as today, construction spending actually in the negative against a 0.4% increase expectation. So all of this to tell you that perhaps the U.S. economy is either headed for or likely already in a recession. So the Atlanta Fed here shows that they're projecting a second quarter GDP negative 1%. That's coupled with a decline in the first quarter of negative 1.6%, sort of the layman's definition of what technically defines as a recession is 2 consecutive quarters of contracting GDP. And if the Fed's tracker is accurate, and we'll certainly find that out in the months to come, we could already be in that recession that could help bring interest rates lower. So it'll be fascinating to watch as the second half of the year plays out. My gut tells me the second half of the year, Q3 and Q4, are going to look a lot differently than Q1 and Q2, especially as it pertains to housing and hopefully as it pertains to interest rate increases. Hopefully the worst of the increases is now behind us. We can start to achieve at least a plateau, if not maybe some slight improvement as we move through the summer months. If I can be of any service to you over the long holiday weekend, don't hesitate to reach out, mark.milam@highlandmtg.com. Thanks.